I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us praise Louis's gesture anyway. You did what you could.
Yes, it was very noble of you, Louis.
It wasn't your fault.
There was nothing else you could have done.
I think everyone needs... Please stay a moment.
Of course.
Louis, I wanted to talk to you a moment about what has happened. All this is tragic, but I wanted to thank you for doing what you could.
I wasn't able to save him.
You couldn't, Louis. You mustn't blame yourself. It is not your fault.
I know this has nothing to do with me, my lord, but don't you think you're partly to blame? It won't escape your attention that he incriminated you before he took his own life.
I heard what he said, yes. His condition. I certainly encouraged him to succeed, but I wasn't aware he couldn't handle the pressures of the situation. Of course, his duties in Paris were very difficult. The choices he had to make were burdensome. But that was the path he had chosen. Should I not have helped him to succeed, perhaps? You heard him yourself. His duties as judge got the better of him.
Did you push him into it?
I wouldn't say push, but I did encourage him, yes. I thought it was my duty to help him as much as I could to become the court judge he dreamed of being. I thought he was capable of it. It appears I was mistaken, unfortunately. What a pity he didn't come and speak to me. What a waste.
What are your plans now?
What do you mean?
For the conference. After the disappearances of both Elizabeth Adams and my mother, and now the death of Mr. Peru, I should imagine that your guests are all packing their bags.
This might come as a bit of a shock to you, perhaps because it was so difficult to bring all these figures together. But I am convinced that none of them is preparing to leave.
Are you serious?
They are all very experienced politicians, and though they are, of course, affected by the situation, they know full well that such an opportunity will not come again for a long, long time, if ever. They each represent their nation, and know full well that what is at stake here is far greater than the death of poor Monsieur Peru. You'll see. I am confident that they will all be ready to resume the conference.
If you say so. Allow me to take my leave, please.
Of course. You ought to get some rest. Oh, Louis, one more thing, please. What a pity you didn't support me during the conference. I hope I can count on you on the day of the vote. This major project needs men like you, Louis.
And you never know, right? Maybe then I'll see things differently.
Well, thank you for allowing me to believe in that possibility, Louis.
You are very, very persuasive, because I'm not the only one who isn't on your side.
Oh, rest assured, I am working on it.
Very well, then. I'll see you later, my lord.
already mentioned it yesterday. Either to you or to someone else. Impossible to tell with you people.
Yes, sir.
Your guess is not sufficient. Tell the others, for crying out loud. Remember to close my window once you've done my room. This isn't Corsica, you know. I'm freezing!
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Sorry, Dorishi. I have no time for traitors such as yourself.
I beg your pardon?
If you are here, it's because Lord Mortimer agreed to include you. And what's the first thing that you do? You betray him by following Sir Gregory and bending over backwards to turn Washington against him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was free to vote as I pleased. I didn't realize I had to vote for Lord Mortimer in order to show my gratitude toward him. Hey, he invited me here to come and look for my missing mother during his high society party. I'm sorry, truly sorry. I don't know all your customs yet.
It's just common decency that when invited to a man's castle, you don't go and to pee on his boots. Is it too much to ask?
I guess it is.
Sir Jacques Peru.
I am sorry, sir, but you are unable to access Monsieur Peru's room while we gather his personal effects.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
No answer.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy. Huh, that's me.
Next time, I'll listen to my mother. Not a day has gone by without something happening to me. What now?
Louis, open up, please.
Coming, Mr. President, I'm coming.
Louis. Ah, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother. She was accompanied by Emily, and they both went into the Duchess's room. I tried to join them, but I was refused entry. Louis, this does not bode well.
Oh, shit. Emily might want to avenge your sister. I must act quickly. You're right, Mr. President. Thank you.
Duke Manuel Godoy. Duchess Emily Hillsborough. I do believe that's Emily's voice. I can't understand what she's saying.
Emily! Emily, are you there? Answer me! Emily!
Impossible. I can't do it. There's something blocking it on the other side. I've got to find another way in.
Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That was worse, and you know it too well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can do it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one, sir. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That was worse, and you know it too well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can do it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to kill. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That was worse, and you know it too well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can do it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to kill. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That was worse, and you know it too well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can do it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to kill. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That was worse, and you know it too well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can do it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to kill. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That was worse, and you know it too well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can do it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to kill. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That was worse, and you know it too well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can do it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to kill. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That was worse, and you know it too well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can do it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to kill. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That was worse, and you know it too well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can do it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to kill. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That was worse, and you know it too well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can do it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart. Right? gave you my life. That's enough. You're the fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who forgets me over. Don't tell you one about now. I should never have told you what happened to me. That's what it was, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. You'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can tell it. After everything I've done for you, you'll break my heart, right? I told you my life. That's enough. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who forgets me over. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's what it was, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. You'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can tell it. After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you my life. That's enough. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who forgets me over. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's what it was, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. You'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can tell it. After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you my life. That's enough. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who forgets me over. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's what it was, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. You'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can tell it. After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you my life. That's enough. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who forgets me over. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's what it was, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. You'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can tell it. After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you my life. That's enough. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who forgets me over. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. You'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can tell it. After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you my life. That's enough. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who forgets me over. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. You'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can tell it. After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you my life. That's enough. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who forgets me over. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. You'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can tell it. After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you my life. That's enough. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who forgets me over. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. You'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You can tell it. After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you my life. That's enough. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who forgets me over. What are you on about now? should never have told you what happened to me. That you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything after time. How dare you do this to me? You think of it. After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you in my life. That's enough of me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? Do you think of it? After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you in my life. That's enough of me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? Do you think of it? After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you in my life. That's enough of me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? You think of it. After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you in my life. That's enough of me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? Do you think of it? After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you in my life. That's enough of me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? Do you think of it? After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you in my life. That's enough of me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? Do you think of it? After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you in my life. That's enough of me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? Do you think of it? After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you in my life. That's enough of me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? Do you think of it? After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you in my life. That's enough of me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you deep down. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you can. How dare you do this to me? Do you think of it? After everything I've done for you, you're breaking my heart, right? I told you in my life. That's enough of me. everything, Mrs. Allen. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Allen. You're the fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know that things can go. No, you'll end up losing everything, Mrs. Allen. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Allen. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you things can go. No, you'll end up losing everything, Mrs. Allen. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Allen. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you things can go. No, you'll end up losing everything, Mrs. Allen. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Allen. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you things can go. No, you'll end up losing everything, Mrs. Allen. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Allen. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you things can go. No, you'll end up losing everything, Mrs. Allen. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Allen. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you things can go. No, you'll end up losing everything, Mrs. Allen. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Allen. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you things can go. No, you'll end up losing everything, Mrs. Allen. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Allen. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you things can go. No, you'll end up losing everything, Mrs. Allen. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Allen. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. But, yes, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you things can go. No, you'll end up losing everything, Mrs. Allen. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. You know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you keep on. How dare you do this to me? You can have it. After everything I've done to you, you'll break my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a discriminator. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you keep on. How dare you do this to me? You can have it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a discriminator. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you keep on. How dare you do this to me? You can have it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a discriminator. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you keep on. How dare you do this to me? You can have it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a discriminator. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you keep on. How dare you do this to me? You can have it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a discriminator. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you keep on. How dare you do this to me? You can have it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a discriminator. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you keep on. How dare you do this to me? You can have it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a discriminator. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you keep on. How dare you do this to me? You can have it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a discriminator. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you keep on. How dare you do this to me? You can have it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life. That's enough for me. You're a fine one to talk. Once again, you're the one who's a discriminator. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, you'll end up losing everything if you keep on. How dare you do this to me? You can have it. After everything I've done to you, you're breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life.
I do believe that's Emily's voice.
I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. We'll end up losing everything if we can. How dare you
Emily!
do this?
Emily, are you there? Answer me! Emily!
Right? I gave you my life. That's enough. You're a fine one to kill. Once again, you're the one who's a victim in all this. What are you doing about now? I should never have told you what happened to me.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Monsieur de Richet, I have no time. I was about to join Sir Gregory. Come back later.
I wanted to talk to you a moment and...
I am expected. I'm sorry. We shall talk later.
I do believe that's Emily's voice.
I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. We'll end up losing everything if we can. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you are breaking my heart, right? I gave you my life.
I can't understand what she's saying.
You're a fine one to kill. Once again, you're the one who's a...
Emily! Emily, are you there? Answer me! Emily!
told you what happened to me. It worked, and you know it so well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Look, we'll end up losing everything if we can. How dare you do this to me? You can see it. After everything I've done to you, you are
I have to get inside Emily's room through the... Shit! It's locked. No way. It's too sturdy.
would you do that to me?
It's as if there are several people inside.
Once again, you're the one who's the victim in all this.
What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me.
That's how it works, and you know it
A
full well.
letter from
I'm not
William
that
Pitt
naive.
the Younger,
I know
addressed
you
to Emily.
inside out.
He's the
Stop.
present Prime
We'll end
Minister
up
of the
losing
United
everything
Kingdom.
if you keep on.
Emily has indeed some powerful backers. A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. 2 coils circle the lock.
Dear Gregory, thank you for the information. I've managed to find out about the names you gave me. George Washington is a man you can trust. In spite of his obvious talent for politics, he has remained upright and honest. On the other hand, as you may well know, he is already doing business with Lord Mortimer. It will be more difficult to approach him. Napoleon Bonaparte was unknown to me until today. He's a passionate young French soldier for whom Mortimer predicts a promising future. Take heed. He is a man of conviction, which to my mind makes him potentially dangerous. As for Sarah de Richet, what more is there to say? You already know each other. She was apparently invited by Lord Mortimer about an ongoing matter in Paris that concerns a receiver in stolen art. See you soon. Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
What on earth is... You... Mother?
How dare you do this to me? You can talk. After everything I've done for you. You are joking, I hope, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma. Now that Louis is here, you will leave Sarah alone. Cease your revenge immediately. What? If you think you're going to... Louis, help me, I beg you. I can no longer reason with her. I am Emily. Quit playing games. What? Honestly, don't be ridiculous. No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart. After everything we've been through together.
Yes, well...
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me. I ask for nothing more, so stop taking it out on Sarah. You prissy little bitch! How dare you! Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? You are joking, I hope. I'm the one who told you everything that's been going on while you were away. Go on, then. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me. Go on, then. Shoot! After all the trouble I've gone through to find you. Go on. What are you waiting for? Here, Louis, take this.
Wait, what's going...
An entire life for this. Go on, shoot. Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister. That's enough, Emma. Louis, out of the way. She's dangerous. Don't trust her. What are you trying to do? Louis, out of the way. I am not Emma. Come on, Louis, tell her who the real Emily is.
Wait,
That's right, Louis. I'm fed up with this little game. Tell him who the real Emily is.
Why do these things always happen to me?
Well, Louis, come on, you know how to tell us apart, right?
Yes, but I'd like to ask you a few questions to make sure there's no doubt.
Rational and open, Louis. Let's see. How can I tell them apart? Wait, I've got an idea.
On the night of our arrival... Who was with us on the wharf?
Cardinal Piaggi, who couldn't stop talking. Louis, I already told her about our arrival. I know, because I was there. The Cardinal went up. You felt poorly, Louis, and I offered you my handkerchief. I was there.
Right. Let's find something else. Yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
On the night of our arrival, we were warming ourselves in front of the fire. Mortimer welcomed us in a very odd way. What happened?
It won't work, Louis. It wasn't Mortimer who welcomed us. It was Sir Gregory. Sorry, Louis. I already told her.
Very well.
Let's try something else.
On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll. Did we get a chance to speak?
Certainly not. I was exhausted and went to bed. Don't think you're going to get away with this deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Right. I don't think I'll get very far like this. I'll have to find something better.
Oh, I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Are you mad, Louis?
Lower your arm.
I better act quickly if I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on, she's putting one over on you. Look at yourself for crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
In the secret room behind the study. Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other yet.
On the night of the disappearance of Elizabeth Adams.
What about it? What do you want to know about that night?
Remember? How did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
Sword toward the Gorgon, Gorgon toward the shield, shield toward the sword. Lantern toward the shield. Of course, I told her how to do it. That's enough! I've had enough of this charade. Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice. Ask her about you and I. You just lost, Emma. I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis. Speak about our intimacy.
Very well. Let's talk about us. Last night, you came to visit me, and I can't help wondering why. Why did you come to my room?
Louis, you must be mistaken. I did not go to your room last night, and that's where your little game ends, Emma. Because I never told you about it. So, there you can't answer. What? No! You didn't do that. I didn't want you to be jealous of Louis. Remember how you always used to react whenever you felt you were competing against a man? You dirty...
That's enough. I've had enough of this charade.
That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is.
It's you, Emily.
No, Louis! She is manipulating you!
No, Emma. It's her. I know it. Despite all the trouble you've gone to put one over on me, I know it is her.
That's enough now, Emma. You little slut! Don't think you are going to get away with this so easily. You are going to stop your little game right now. Never! I am Duchess Hills... No!
Emily?
I am the Duchess.
But...
You don't! Dear God, what have I done? See what you've done. See?
Louis?
Mother!
What on earth is...
Go away! You must go. Everyone is going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess? Is everything all right?
Come on, Louis. There's nothing more you can do.
But I...
Leave us.
Emily, what's going on?
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you there.
I'll be waiting for you.
Emily.
Madam, I am coming in.
It was bound to end like this, Louis. Let me stay with her. Please, go. I'll cover you.
Bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must be my dearest son.
Good God! They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
Did you hear that? I was not dreaming, was I?
Certainly not, Duke Godoy.
What's going on?
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Gentlemen, go back to your rooms. Go back to your rooms. I shall find out from Lord Mortimer what this is all about. Thank you.
Louis! At last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only. Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and logical. I know you are going to find it hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true. Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Have they got horns and a pointed tail?
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit. And 2 of them are present on this island.
Right. So let me guess. Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No, even if Home does look the part. But I don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Home had sent Volner to get it for him.
Home and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis. Not just those 2.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
I went beyond the nightmare, Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer. They spent a whole night in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come. But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Home are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
You mean the conference?
How can you explain that someone manages to bring together so many important figures without anyone knowing?
And without any security or personnel. Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand and over several centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? No, I didn't. Why?
Good. We'll deal with it later. Louis, I am proud of you. You came all this way. You found me. You have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him.
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book. On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian, in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him, or rather he found me. He was young, charismatic, he was flamboyant.
You mean Mortimer?
He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages. He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me. But I had aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Did he ever go to your place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
And you refused, of course.
Why, naturally, Louis. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland. 1749, in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
You agreed, and that was before you spoke to me about demons. Wait, the baby we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice, did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
The child was his son.
We stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case. It was precisely to save him from his father.
Need I remind you the mother died during childbirth? What became of the child?
Later. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed von Borchart's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute, one last thing. I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He demands that the Spanish hand over Louisiana to France.
Oh, knowing him, it won't stop there. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
There. That's why we are here.